skills.
She can shoot threes from logo.
You never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid, like Steph Curry.
Nobody saw this coming. Angel Reese has officially broken her silence, and the WNBA world is in shock. For weeks, fans watched the chaos unfold after Brittney Griner's explosive clash with Caitlin Clark, elbows flying, tempers boiling, and rumors spreading like wildfire. Everyone had their theories, but Angel Reese, she stayed quiet, until now. And what she just revealed changes everything. Instead of siding with her longtime rival Caitlin or her respected peer, Brittney, Angel has flipped the script, pointing fingers where no one expected. This isn't just about trash talk or a heated moment on the court. Angel claims there's something much darker happening behind the scenes, something the league doesn't want you to know. What started as a scuffle has spiraled into a full-blown WNBA scandal, and Angel's words might be the spark that sets the entire league on fire. To understand why Angel Reese's sudden comments have the WNBA world buzzing, we have to rewind the clock. This drama didn't appear out of thin air. It's been brewing for months, and in some ways, for years. Caitlin Clark has been the face of the new era in women's basketball. Her deadly shooting, logo-range threes, and calm confidence under pressure turned her into a household name before she even played her first professional game. Fans have compared her to Steph Curry, hailing her as the kind of player who could change the entire landscape of the WNBA. But with that spotlight came jealousy, criticism, and, most dangerously, resentment from inside the league itself. On the other side is Brittney Griner, a legend, an Olympic gold medalist, and one of the tallest, most dominant players in women's basketball history. She's fought battles on and off the court, from international controversies to personal struggles, and emerged as one of the league's most recognizable figures. To many, she represents the old guard, the established stars who paved the way for younger talent like Caitlin. So when Caitlin and Brittney clashed on the court, it wasn't just another play. It was a symbolic collision between eras. The infamous moment happened in a heated matchup. Caitlin had been carving up defenders all night, pulling up from deep, draining impossible shots, and humiliating opponents with her confidence. Then came Brittney, a towering presence determined to remind the world that the WNBA still belonged to her generation. In a flash, what should have been a routine defensive play escalated. Brittney lunged at Caitlin with a force that fans called excessive and personal. Caitlin stumbled, the whistle blew, and the arena erupted. Clips of the altercation spread like wildfire. On social media, fans debated what really happened. Was it just hard-nosed basketball? Or was it an intentional act meant to put Caitlin in her place? Hashtags exploded. Hashtag protect Caitlin. Hashtag Team Griner. Hashtag WNBA beef. And while the internet took sides, Angel Reese, Caitlin's most famous rival and one of the most polarizing players in the league, stayed completely silent. That silence was deafening. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark had been pitted against each other since their college days. Their on-court battles became legendary, with Angel's fiery trash talk and physicality clashing against Caitlin's sharpshooting and calm swagger. They were marketed as rivals, competitors who could barely stand each other. So when Brittney's attack on Caitlin became the hottest topic in sports, everyone assumed Angel would celebrate it, or at least let Caitlin take the heat. Instead, Angel went quiet, watching, waiting, calculating. Meanwhile, the backlash against Caitlin grew louder. Some critics called her entitled, spoiled, and even accused her of provoking Brittney on purpose. The narrative began to spin out of control. Caitlin, the so-called Golden Girl, was suddenly painted as a villain. And through it all, Angel Reese watched as the media machine turned Caitlin into the league's punching bag. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered about tension in locker rooms, secret arguments, and even warnings from the league to keep quiet. Players who usually had no problem speaking out stayed silent. Something about the whole situation felt off, like there was more happening than fans were being told. And then, just when it looked like Caitlin would be left to face the storm alone, Angel Reese decided to break her silence. For a player known for her boldness, her competitive edge, and her willingness to stand in the fire, Angel's words carried weight. She didn't just speak up, she flipped the entire narrative. Instead of letting Caitlin take the fall, she defended her. Instead of siding with the veteran star Brittney, she pointed the finger in a new direction. It was a shocking move that left fans, analysts, and even other players asking the same question. Why now? Because if Angel Reese was willing to risk her reputation, her sponsorships, and even her standing in the league to tell her side of the story, then you know what's about to come isn't just about basketball. It's about power, truth, and a secret the WNBA has been desperate to keep buried. The turning point in this saga came when Angel Reese finally spoke out. For weeks, the silence from one of Caitlin Clark's fiercest rivals fueled speculation. Was Angel secretly enjoying Caitlin's humiliation? Would she side with Brittney Griner, the established veteran whose dominance had once inspired respect from Angel herself? Or would she take a neutral stance and avoid the controversy altogether? The answer shocked everyone. Angel Reese broke her silence, and instead of tearing Caitlin down, she defended her. That move alone was enough to send shockwaves across the league. But it was what Angel said that created the real explosion. In a bombshell interview, Angel claimed Brittney Griner's actions weren't just the result of competitive fire. According to her, they were calculated. She suggested Brittney went after Caitlin not to make a statement on the court, but to stop her from revealing something deeper. Angel alleged that Caitlin had stumbled upon information that could expose Griner in a way that would shake the WNBA to its core. To Angel, Brittney's attack wasn't just basketball, it was a silencing tactic. Fans immediately latched onto the idea. Was Caitlin about to expose some hidden truth about Brittney? Could it be about favoritism from the league, off-court issues, or something even darker? Theories ran wild online. Hashtags like #what does Caitlin know and #Griner secrets trended for days. Suddenly, the spotlight shifted away from Caitlin's supposed bad attitude and landed squarely on Brittney Griner. But the twist didn't stop there. Angel didn't just accuse Brittney of trying to intimidate Caitlin. She turned the entire narrative upside down. For years, Caitlin and Angel had been portrayed as bitter enemies. Every matchup between them was marketed as the league's hottest rivalry. And yet, here was Angel, standing up for Caitlin at the very moment she needed it most.
I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen it before. I've never seen him doing stuff we've never seen before. Never seen anybody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls in WNBA that have done it in spurts, but
the very moment she needed it most. It was the last thing anyone expected, and it sent a message that this wasn't just about personal grudges anymore. By siding with Caitlin, Angel painted herself into a corner. She knew it. Everyone knew it. Speaking against Brittney Griner, one of the league's most established and protected stars, was a dangerous move. According to insiders, Angel risked more than just criticism from fans. Sponsors could walk away. The league office might quietly punish her. Teammates who respected Brittney could turn cold. But Angel made it clear she wasn't afraid. In her own words, sometimes the truth matters more than the politics. And that was the twist no one saw coming. Angel wasn't just speaking up for Caitlin Clark. She was accusing the WNBA of covering up a deeper issue, one they desperately didn't want exposed. What started as a physical clash on the court was now unraveling into a scandal that threatened to drag the entire league into chaos. The real question now wasn't whether Caitlin Clark could handle the heat, it was whether Angel Reese, by breaking her silence, had just put a target on her own back. Once Angel Reese dropped her bombshell, the story didn't cool down, it exploded. The WNBA had tried to frame Brittney Griner's lunge at Caitlin Clark as nothing more than an on-court misunderstanding. But Angel's words shattered that narrative. Suddenly, it wasn't just about a scuffle, it was about secrets, power, and intimidation, and now fans wanted answers. The escalation began when Angel hinted that Caitlin wasn't the only one Brittney had allegedly tried to silence. According to sources close to Reese, there have been whispers for years that other players had noticed strange behavior from Brittney. But every time someone spoke up, the story mysteriously disappeared. Angel claimed it wasn't just coincidence, it was protection. The league, she suggested, was shielding Brittney from scrutiny, even if it meant sacrificing younger stars like Caitlin. Social media went into overdrive. Old clips of Brittney's past controversies resurfaced. Interviews were dissected frame by frame, and fans started connecting dots that the league never wanted connected. Posts appeared claiming Brittney received special treatment, fewer suspensions, more media protection, and a level of immunity other players could only dream of. If anyone else had done what Brittney did to Caitlin, one fan wrote, they'd be suspended for half the season. But her, nothing. Why? What's the league hiding? But the real shock came when Angel revealed she had receipts. She didn't just hint, she pulled up alleged screenshots of private messages and shared insider leaks that pointed to Brittney's beef with Caitlin being personal, not professional. Angel suggested Caitlin had stumbled onto information that could expose favoritism at the very top of the WNBA food chain. According to her, Brittney wanted Caitlin shut down before she had the chance to speak. This was the moment everything changed. Suddenly, the question wasn't about whether Caitlin Clark was a spoiled rookie. It was about whether Brittney Griner had crossed the line to protect her own reputation and whether the league had her back while she did it. The shocking reveal didn't end there. Angel dropped another bombshell. She wasn't even close friends with Caitlyn. In fact, she admitted they were rivals, constantly compared, constantly clashing. And that's exactly why her decision to speak out meant so much. "If I'm standing up for her," Angel reportedly said, "it's not because we're cool. It's because the truth is the truth." That single line flipped the internet upside down. Fans who had once criticized Angel for being classless or jealous suddenly praised her for courage. Supporters of Caitlin Clark started calling Angel the unlikely hero. For the first time in years, the two women who had been pitted against each other since college were on the same side. And it terrified the WNBA. Behind the scenes, league insiders whispered that executives were scrambling. According to one anonymous source, the league wanted the drama to fade. They never expected Angel to step in and blow it up even bigger. Emails, PR strategies, and talking points were reportedly rushed out, trying to control the narrative. But it was too late. Angel had lit the fire, and the public wasn't letting it die down. What made this revelation even more dangerous was Brittney's silence. Normally quick to clap back or issue her own statements, she stayed quiet this time. No interviews, no posts, nothing. That silence only fueled speculation. Fans wondered, was Brittney staying quiet because she was guilty, or because the league told her to? By now, it was clear. Angel Reese had turned a heated rivalry into a full-blown scandal. The shocking reveal wasn't just that Brittney may have attacked Caitlyn to silence her. It was that the league itself might be complicit, protecting its veterans while letting rising stars like Caitlyn take the fall. And if Angel was telling the truth, then Brittney Griner wasn't the only one under the spotlight anymore. The entire WNBA establishment was about to feel the heat. The moment Angel Reese's comments hit the internet, the reaction was nothing short of explosive. Within hours, hashtags like #AngelSpeaksOut, #ProtectCaitlyn, and #FreeTheTruth were trending across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans who once dismissed Angel as Caitlin Clark's loudest rival were suddenly praising her for stepping into the fire. "You don't have to like Angel Reese," one viral tweet read, "but you have to respect the fact that she just said what everyone else was too scared to say." Caitlin Clark's fanbase erupted with support, flooding her social media pages with messages like, "We stand with you, and they can't silence you now." Meanwhile, Brittney Griner's accounts faced a wave of backlash. Her last few posts were bombarded with comments accusing her of bullying, intimidation, and even ruining the game. The silence from her camp only made it worse. Sports media outlets jumped on the story immediately. Debate shows lit up, with ESPN, Fox Sports, and podcasts everywhere dissecting Angel's every word. Stephen A. Smith, who has never been one to hold back, called Reese's decision to speak out a moment of pure courage and demanded that the WNBA release official footage from the incident. "The people deserve to know," he thundered. Other analysts questioned whether the league had too much invested in Brittney to punish her, the way they would any other player. But the industry reaction wasn't all supportive. Some insiders accused Angel of throwing gasoline on an already burning fire, suggesting that her comments were motivated by her rivalry with Caitlyn and a desire to stir chaos. A few executives reportedly whispered that she was out of line, and warned that such statements could affect her future endorsements. Yet those whispers only made her look bolder to fans who saw her as a whistleblower, exposing uncomfortable truths. Interestingly, other WNBA players found themselves caught in the crossfire. Several stars liked or reposted Angel's quotes without comment, fueling speculation that many agreed with her but didn't dare speak up. Former players chimed in too, some praising her bravery, others cautioning that the league's reputation was being dragged through the mud. Even outside the sports world, celebrities weighed in. Rapper Lil Durk tweeted, "Angel keeping it real. Respect." Talk show hosts began discussing whether this was the WNBA's defining scandal, comparing it to controversies that reshaped entire leagues. The biggest shock, however, was the reaction from sponsors. Rumors swirled that at least one of Brittney Griner's corporate partners had quietly paused upcoming campaigns until the situation cleared up. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's stock skyrocketed. Fans demanded brands rally behind her, calling her the new face of accountability. One influencer went viral saying, "Angel Reese just did more for the integrity of this league in one interview than the front office has done in years." The public and industry reactions proved one thing: Angel Reese had changed the conversation. What began as a fight between Brittney Griner and Caitlin Clark had morphed into a battle for transparency, accountability, and the very credibility of the WNBA. And with so many powerful voices weighing in, the league was now backed into a corner it couldn't easily escape. Just when it seemed like Angel Reese had blown the lid off the scandal in the league couldn't take any more damage, the story twisted again, and this time, the fallout was even more shocking. According to fresh leaks, Angel Reese may not have come forward entirely of her own will. Anonymous insiders claimed that she was pressured by a mysterious group of current and former players who had been quietly building a case against Brittney Griner for years. Screenshots began circulating online, allegedly showing a private group chat titled Protect the Future, a coalition of WNBA stars determined to push back against what they called special treatment for veterans. And sitting right at the top of that chat, Angel Reese. The revelation stunned fans. Was Angel acting out of pure bravery, or was she the face of a much bigger movement bubbling beneath the surface? If these leaks were real, it meant this wasn't just about Caitlin Clark, it was about younger players rising up to challenge the old guard, with Brittney as the symbol of everything they felt was wrong. But the most jaw-dropping twist came late at night, when an unverified clip leaked online. The grainy video, allegedly taken inside a closed-door WNBA meeting, appeared to show heated arguments between league executives. One voice, rumored to belong to a high-ranking official, could be heard saying, "We can't suspend Brittney. If we do, the sponsors walk." Another voice allegedly shot back, "If we protect her, we lose Caitlin. And if Angel's telling the truth, we lose everything." The video spread like wildfire, with millions of views in just hours. Fans dissected every second, every voice, desperate to confirm if it was real. The league issued a statement calling it doctored, but the timing only made the public more suspicious. For many, it confirmed what Angel Reese had been saying all along, that this wasn't about one scuffle. It was about the system itself. And yet, the cliffhanger didn't stop there. The next morning, Caitlin Clark broke her own silence with a cryptic post. "Some truths can't stay hidden forever. More soon." In an instant, speculation reached fever pitch. Was Caitlin about to expose everything? Was she ready to confirm Angel's story, or drop her own bombshell that would drag the league into even deeper chaos? Angel Reese had already flipped the narrative once, but with Caitlin now teasing her own side of the story, the stage was set for an even bigger eruption. The league was cornered. Brittney Griner was silent. Angel had started a movement, and Caitlin, she might just be preparing to finish it. The only question left was, when Caitlin finally speaks, will the WNBA survive the fallout, or collapse under the weight of its own secrets? This story is far from over, and the stakes could not be higher. Angel Reese has opened the floodgates. But with Caitlin Clark hinting at her own explosive revelations, the WNBA may be on the edge of its most dramatic scandal ever. The silence from Brittney Griner only fuels more questions, and fans are demanding answers. Will Clark expose everything? Will Angel double down? Or will the league try to bury this story before it destroys their entire brand? One thing is certain. The next chapter is going to shake women's basketball like never before. If you want every shocking update, every leaked detail, and every twist before it hits the headlines, make sure you subscribe right now. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the breaking news that could change the WNBA forever. The truth is coming, and you'll want to be here when it drops. Coming, and you'll want to be here when it drops.